What's up, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful, fun-filled, not life-threatening in any way episode of The Dice That Bind Us, where we play some Dungeons & Dragons on what used to once be known as the Storm King's Thunder pre-built campaign that I got my grubby little hands on and have homebrewed into oblivion. But now we're getting back into it. We're getting back into the Storm King's Thunder stuff, which meant I had to read a book again. So that's fun. My name is Alex. I'm the DM of this wonderful, wonderful group of individuals that surrounds me. I use he, him pronouns, and I play all the characters that the people around me do not.
Hi, my name is Ian. I play Tepartos III, the Furbolg/Dwarven Life Cleric of Sylvanas, and the two of us both use he, him, his pronouns.
Oh, hello there. I'm Rob. I play a Nook, a Goliath Druid, Circle of the Land, and we both use he, him pronouns most of the time.
Hello there. It's Kimber. I use he, him pronouns, and I play Harlan Dino, who also uses he, him pronouns.
What is Harlan?
Yeah, race class.
He's a half-elf paladin warlock. I'm so sorry.
You're doing great, Alex.
We need RCL, race class level.
Of course.
That's the new ASL.
My name is Dash. I use they, them, their pronouns. And I play Lysander Elias, the Furbolg Paladin to Sylvanas, and Lysander uses he or they pronouns.
I'm Dakota. I play the half-orc barbarian / druid, Gargak, and we use he, him pronouns.
I'm Devin. I use their he pronouns, and I play the sea elf wizard with the dash of cleric, Juliana. Uses she pronouns.
My name is Tumult, and I play Tumult. My name is Zach. Could be either way right now.
I mean, aren't all characters
We're doing great.
in some way?
Yeah.
Tumult's a war cleric, warlock cleric. Yeah, I'll just combine a war cleric. There we go. Hardly ever used the cleric side, but it is what it is.
But a war
And
cleric
we
is a
use-
thing.
Like a warlick?
Yeah, warlock. There we go. I like that.
Oh, no, that sounds bad.
How many warlicks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
No.
1, 2, 3.
Eldritch Blast!
Yes.
Enough of these trifle tests.
No, we haven't
And we
even
use
got through
he,
this.
him pronouns.
My name is Az. I play Tempard, the human bard / fighter, maybe wizard, soonish. Figure that out if we survive whatever is about to happen. And we both use they, them pronouns.
I'm researching. Fun fact for the folks at home, I am extremely dyslexic. I'm also colorblind. That doesn't really matter, though, but just as a secondary note. Books are hard.
Books are so hard.
I had to read like this many pages just for this one little thing that we're doing.
Go support Audible.
I
Only
love
if they
you all
pay us.
very much. Just keep that in mind. All of you sitting around me, all of you at home, it's all out of love that I torture myself
Love
with
you
written
too.
text.
That's why you homebrew instead.
That's fucking right. You're staying right. That's why I homebrew. Who needs notes when you make it up as you go along? We are picking up at a very dramatic turn of events. I have predetermined which of you will be giving the recap from last session. Yeah. By the way, that's how this is going to work from here on.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Be ready for that. And in this current moment, there's only one person that truly makes sense to give the recap because they're the only person still conscious in the party. And by the look on his face, he seems super prepared to do this thing. Coda,
Yeah.
please tell us what happened on the last episode of The Dice That Bind Us.
Okay. Let's see. So we went to the spine of the world. Went to the portal. I think that's where it started. And it was like super hazy and stuff. We couldn't see. And then we heard a sound. I don't remember the name of the spell that was cast, but someone cast a spell. And it started pinging all over the place and then behind them. So we ended up deciding just to go because when they turned around, there was nothing there. So we left. It turned out like there was just a bunch of dead spirits that were left there. And we found a cave. Went in the cave. I set up a little alarm system. Made a fire. We had Liam's tiny hut. We took watches. Everybody started hearing a voice talking to him saying they should leave and we're all gonna die. I believe that was to Partos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then during the watches, there was conversations that happened. Don't remember what was said, but conversations did take place. And then Tumult found a ghost behind Liam's tiny hut, and then it disappeared, and then went back in, and that's when Tapartos heard the voice and woke up, chills and stuff, and then took some damage, and then a Nook summoned a spectral thing, and then I'm skipping stuff, I'm sure.
You're doing great.
You're
Yeah,
doing
no, I'm
fantastic.
killing it.
Doing great, bud. Keep it up.
You are.
I'm killing it. And then it popped up again. The spectral thing shot at it, and blood flew. And then I reached into my magical flower and read it in action for the next time that happened. And then threw flour in its face, and we saw it. We went to combat. Combat lasted a little while, and then it just wouldn't die, so we decided to leave. And then a round went by where it didn't take damage, and it blew up and did like 300 and some odd damage. I'm unkillable, so you know, I am the last one standing. I think that's it.
I think that covered all the
I
bases,
think
yeah.
that was pretty spot on.
That was both sessions.
That was both record. That was the full recording session, which happens all the time.
Yeah,
Which
my
is
bad.
Fine. No, that's fine. Coda, 100% what you could have gotten away with for this recap was we fought a weird thing Alex made. Everybody else is unconscious except for me. Also, you heard a voice from behind you right as everything was wrapping up.
Oh yeah, shit. Forgot about that.
That's fine. It's your point of inspiration. Absolutely.
Awesome.
You earned it. And to clarify, folks at home thinks I would just throw deadly damage at my entire party. I'm not that mean. It was an effect that had to do with their remaining hit points that would knock them unconscious and put them into death saving throws. It's only potentially murderous to the entire party. Not,
you didn't damage us. You would just
not
reduce the life to
flat
zero.
out murder, right? I'm giving you all a chance to survive here because I'm
How
kind.
generous.
But yes, for this, I have the note card somewhere. Let me find it. I had it. Let me find it. Of the initiative order from the last time we played. How it's going to work is we're going to run through that initiative order. Coda, on your turn, you are going to get to react to what is happening around you.
Okay.
Other than that, this is going to work just like death saving throws would normally work in a combat.
Oh boy.
So if any of you have abilities that matter on those or anything else, that matters.
Will I still be in that turn initiative outside of the initial reaction? Where I could like take actions to try and do things?
You are still in that initiative order as far as rounds go. Yes.
Okay.
Which is lovely. Lysander, I need a death saving throw from you. And for those of you at home, because we don't have roll 20 streaming and all that stuff, I will tell you what rolls occur so that you get to deal with the drama as much as we do.
Oh.
So first death saving throw to determine the party's fate is a 20. It's not a Constitution save. It's a death save.
Oh,
so
sorry.
it's just the normal D20. So you got a 12, which is still a success.
Yes.
So there's one success for you.
0. There we go.
I hate the wrong, but
Garagak, you are tied with Lysander on that initiative order. So you have heard this voice from behind you.
Okay.
You have roughly 6 seconds. You have your normal turn actions, and if you want to have a little bit of conversation or you want to do a little something extra, that's fine in this situation.
Okay. And what did the person say? I don't remember. I got myself in a situation, I believe.
He said, looks like you found yourself in a right bit of trouble.
Oh yeah. I'll kind of like jump and turn around and be like, "Who's there?"
You turn around and you see there is a small humanoid who, as best as you can tell, looks like he was a dwarf at some point, but is dead and looks to have very zombie-esque features.
Oh. Yeah.
He's wearing what looks to be this. It looks like studded leather armor, but it is black and decrepit, and you can see that off of the collar, off of the shoulders where the seams are, off of the edge of his the armor that covers his arms, his legs, anywhere that there is somewhere that it has an opening, you see there is these black tendrils that are digging into his skin at each of these various areas. Very loosely, there is like black hair that is mostly fallen out off of his head, a beard that is rotted out and fallen off in patches. He's carrying on him, he's a longbow strapped to his back, but he's standing there looking at you.
Okay. How far away from Tumult's body would you say I am?
Probably about 10 feet or so. You guys are all clumped into like a little, like probably like 10, 15 foot radius area.
Okay. I would like to like slowly walk backwards towards Tumult's body. And another question, is it an action for me to take something off his body and use it, or is it that all bonus action?
So it is an action to take something off of someone's body, because you have to go through and like search through their belongings to find it. Depending on what it is, you can use it as the action economy would allow.
Okay. I would like to walk backwards, like away from the guy, like towards Tumult's body. And as I'm reaching down to grab one of the healing potions he bought.
Okay.
I would like to ask the guy if he means us any harm.
You'll have to define harm.
Are you here to hurt my friends?
Physically, no. But I'm going to have to say, you need to stop what you're doing right now. And he takes the longbow off his back, knocks an arrow, draws it, and points it directly at you. You grab the healing potion. I will remind you, it is an action to use a healing potion on someone else.
Is it?
It is a bonus action for you to drink it yourself.
Ah.
I was just trying to be like, it's a free action to use it on yourself. God, I was muted.
Okay. Why should I not help my friends?
That is well past 6 seconds. So,
yeah.
Tepartos.
Yes.
Fun for it.
Death save.
Death saving throw, please.
That's just a d20, right?
Just a d20.
Okay. 15.
That is a success.
Excellent.
Ileana, death save, please.
Oof. 10.
That is a 10. That is also a success. Very barely. Tumult. That is a success with a 19. Harlan and Tempbard, you guys tied. It is your choice who rolls first or what have you.
I'm not. That's a natural one.
Oh no.
That is 2 failures.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay.
TV 15.
All right, 15 is a success. Anuk, you are last in the initiative order. 13 is also a success. Most of you, very well rolled. Very lucky rolls across the board.
This character is so cursed.
We're gonna switch Garagak and Lysander for the sake of like stream death saving throws.
Cool.
Have the interactions. Garagak, it is back to you.
Okay. So I asked a question in the chat, and Nook said it depends on the DM. Is me seeing a Nook turn into things, does that count as me seeing things I can turn into?
Yes, but you have to remember that you have a different CC limitation or challenge rating. I don't know. I said CC. That was weird.
Yeah.
You have a different challenge rating that you can use than Hero does.
Sort of.
Right. Shit. Okay, I guess I'll ask him, like, why should I not help my friends?
You're aware there's a very large bounty on your head, right?
No.
Shit.
Someone's offering to pay 1 million gold for the return of your heads.
Don't we have more than that?
Don't tell him that.
I'm dead.
Now, I've been following you since you crawled out of that lake. I watched you in Silvery Moon every step of the way. I watched you, more so your friend there, pull out millions of gold to pay for all those fancy things you now carry. Now, I'm an honest sort, as much as you can be in this line of work, but I don't like killing, really. So
Okay.
how's about I take all of the valuables you currently have on you, and then I leave.
Hmm. I will, man. Fuck, that's a bad deal.
Do you say that?
No.
You can have an honest interaction with this guy. It's all about how
Okay.
you want to play it.
Fuck. I'm trying to think if I could take this guy.
With your 1 hit point.
No, with my bonus action of wild shaping into something and having a larger health pool.
You also can bonus action drink that health potion
Yeah, no.
and then transform into something with an action.
Without everyone else's input, what would Garagak do?
You'd probably say that sounds like a bad deal.
He'd look at you and say, "Well, that's fair. That's fair. The bounty is 1 million for all of you. So say I just take what's left of that portable hole of your friends. We call it square. What's gold to the likes of you?
What if I just give you 1 million gold?
Well, then I'd end up making 2 million gold.
Oh. How much money's in that bag? I don't know. I missed that episode. I don't know how much is left.
A lot.
Can't
million?
Garagak not
A
lot.
lot.
About 3
Okay.
gold, I think.
I think 3 or
Garagak
4.
pretends
Not
he
count.
can't. Garagak pretends
are-
he can't count.
We are all unconscious in the snow except for Garagak.
Yeah.
So
Also, the only one that does.
Oda,
know
is there
is,
anything you want to do with your actions right now?
my actions.
Because we've gone well over 6 seconds of discussion. So what is there anything you want to be doing while you're having this discussion?
Yeah. Man, what's my sleight of hand? Ooh. Kinda.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. It's against his perception, though.
Uh-huh.
And he's been watching us since we came out of the water.
Yeah.
Your party also does nothing stealthily. Literally never is stealth your guys' party option.
What would
I-
Garagak
nope.
do? WWGD.
Can we make that a bumper sticker?
He'd probably wild shape
Okay, what are you wild shaping into?
a giant crab. I think that's CR1.
Nope.
Is
It's
it not?
not.
Damn it.
And you can't do things that swim. It has
I
a
can
swim
do
speed.
lower than CR1, right?
Yeah.
Giant crab is 1A,
Oh
right?
no, the giant crab, not the humongous crab.
Yes.
Huge crab.
Giant crab have a swim speed.
Let's see. Oh wait, that's the wrong one.
Says it's amphibious, so probably.
I
Unless
believe
it
does.
specifically states a swim speed.
Yeah, 30 feet swim speed.
Okay. Fuck, man, I don't know.
See, this is why I told you to message Hero and get working on that list or message me.
I have a list, but I don't know their HPs. I'm trying to figure out which one has the most HP.
What's run through the list that
Run
you
through
have
the
and
list.
I'll pop you.
All right.
I'll pop you one.
So I went through the list and I went through all CR1 creatures and everything I've seen. And giant wise, I have crab, eagle, and octopus. And then regular, I have lizard, pig, lion, eagle, deer, cow, bat, sheep, brown bear, cat.
Brown bear is honestly probably your best bet at that point.
Is
Yep.
it?
It's got, I think it's got the most hit points and 2 attacks around.
Never goes good with your backstory.
So you wild shape into a brown bear.
Yeah.
As soon as you do that, he takes his held action and goes, "I warned you." And he's going to take a shot at you. That might miss.
Let's see.
Hey.
It'd be the Bears thing, right? Armor
Bears
class?
AC plus its Constitution modifier.
Plus, if you have like a ring of holding or anything, or a ring of protection or anything.
Oh, would that count?
Mhm.
Yeah, that misses then.
So he fires off. The arrow hits next to you, and he immediately draws another arrow. Readies it. You have your action and your movement still.
Okay.
Why did that only roll with a... Hold on. Why did that only roll with a +5?
Weapon of certain death, longbow.
I might have
Now
made a
he's just
mistake.
messing with us.
It's
He's just
not that
messing
bad.
with us.
Homeboy said only with a +5.
Why this?
39 sneak attack damage.
He's a rogue, baby. He wasn't
I
sneaking
don't know.
that.
I don't know why that's rolling like that. It should have been +11.
Fuck you.
Ah,
Okay.
seems
So-
legit.
So it's a 21 total.
Yeah, that might hit.
Yeah, okay. So you will take 45 points of damage.
45. Well. Yep.
How much health do you have as a brown bear?
Oh, yeah.
Not that much.
How much did I take?
45.
That'll do it.
Perfect. Is that including the one additional to knock you unconscious?
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
Everyone rolls into death saves. Cody will roll your first one next
Oh,
round.
hell yeah.
And
Again,
it's me.
everyone at home and my players, I'm not a dick. I'm not going to TPK you off of stuff you didn't understand. That's not the kind of
No,
person
you're
I
fine.
am. Lysander,
Ooh,
natural
natty
20.
Nice.
You are popped back to life at 1 hit point immediately.
Hell yeah. No, not two.
Nice.
So your eyes flash open. You look over and you see this same person that I described to Coda putting the longbow back. Doesn't seem to have noticed that you're up and moving yet.
Because I'm not up and moving yet.
Doesn't even realize that you're like have caught your breath or like moving back. Just has not even realized. We will get back to you on your next turn when your initiative comes back. To Partos.
Natural 20.
Sorry,
Oh my god, yes.
my bad.
Partos, you immediately rise back to consciousness with 1 hit point.
Sylvanas?
I never get to do anything cool.
The 2 healers.
Both.
Ileana, are we gonna get a fucking 4 for 4 on the cleric paladin
No.
combos?
Oh
The opposite.
no!
Luckily, I did
Wait.
save the
succeeded
source
on the
one,
first.
so that's just
Okay.
That is 2 failed for Ileana, 1 success.
Oh boy.
Tumult.
He already
14.
rolled.
That is a success. Sorry, I looked at the initiative order. I didn't look at the other screen. Harlan and Tempard.
Arlen, you first.
14.
Harlan, 2 fails, 1 success. Tempard.
success.
Well,
2 successes for Tempard. Anuk. 16. There you go. Rolling back to the top. We're switching you guys back to stick with action before death saves. But Lysander, you are currently laying there, just regained consciousness, and you see this man standing there.
Okay. How close am I to any of the other party?
Probably you're probably within 5 to 10 feet of most people in various directions.
Okay.
And you can see this man is currently crouched over Garagak's body and has grabbed Dandy Basher and is like looking it over, sticks it in a bag. It's the shiniest, most vibrant thing that Garagak has.
I have a
No.
flame trunk sword.
It makes sense.
I was looking at Hero shake and said like, oh, I'm just saying.
Oh,
So I
I'm gonna
see
kill
this person.
motherfucker.
And I see that they're stealing from us now actively.
oh my
Yes,
God, I
because
see
you have
that.
no idea of the conversation that transpired between Garagak and this man.
I didn't expect to be up, even though I was up. This is dumb. Why did I do this to myself? I cast Misty Step
Where?
and port behind them.
You immediately appear right behind him.
Friend, what do you think you are doing?
Oh shit.
Kind of slowly rises. Turns to look at you. Looks very much so up at you. Claiming the bounty on your head without claiming your head.
By taking our items?
$1,000,000 gold's $1,000,000 gold.
That are... Our bounty is worth 1,000,000 gold?
For some, higher for others.
Who bought you? Or put it... You know what I mean. Who put it out?
Why would I tell you that?
If I am to be tracked down by a band of various bounty hunters, it may be worth to know
Let
who
me
put
rephrase.
it out.
Do I need to tell you that?
It is debatable.
Right, so why don't we agree? I'm going to take twice my bounty, and you will live.
Why don't you take twice your bounty in gold instead of items which you then have to sell?
If you have that much gold laying around, then sure. Gladly.
I would remember... I'm pretty sure Lysander would remember that we do. Because there was...
I don't
there
think
discussion
any,
of... Oh, yeah,
I
there
don't
was a
think
discussion
any
of
of you
value.
besides Anouk know how much you have in gold on you right
Yeah,
now.
it was out of character discussion of value.
Correct.
Yes.
And how do I know if I pay you, you won't just stab us in the back the next time? 2,000,000
you
gold
just
without
have-
effort.
You just have to trust. I don't take lives for no reason. I'm just a simple man trying to make a living.
This is well past 6 seconds at
Correct.
this point. But yeah, it's like Lysander would stand here and contemplate for a moment.
Okay, so you have your action if you want to do anything with it. But
I wouldn't.
Garagak, death save.
Let's go. Am I still attuned?
Hell yeah!
I'm still attuned, right?
You are still attuned.
Nice.
Let's go. Does that
I'm
count?
not gonna lie to you. It any crit you roll while you have Dandy Basher attuned, or any natural 20 you roll while you're attuned, natural 1. I will be full forward with you. I don't have a chart for death saves, so I'm gonna have to make this up, and I'll have to refine it a little bit later. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me though.
Let's go. Let's go.
A 5. 3 nat 20s on death saves. Damn.
Dang.
Yeah, this is what happens when I try to make something happen.
And 2 nat 1s though, so
Fair.
Oh, dude.
Coda,
Yeah.
roll.
There's
I
a
want you
lot
to
of
roll 3 d20s separately.
Okay. Come on. Could this be like a Goddess Liz thing?
You wish.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Oh. Eh?
Garagak, your eyes open. You see, standing above you, now facing Lysander, who is on the other side of him, this small humanoid figure. Still can't really tell, like, was a dwarf once. Still can't really tell what's going on with that. But you see he has a bag on his hip. It starts to glow. Almost red hot. Slowly starts to vibrate. He glances down. What in the world? And Dandy Basher pierces through the bottom of this bag and rockets into your hand, splitting this bag of holding open as a mass of gold and gems and weapons and armors and all of these things come pouring out, just cascading down around him. Immediately, he looks down, glances around. So it's like that.
methinks you did not need our gold, friend.
I'm the Thunder God, bitch.
To
Go to him
Bartos.
is
You are also conscious. You have heard this conversation happening from far off with you,
Yes.
and you are now lightly covered in coins and gems.
Okay.
Technical.
What? Can you describe like what I can see with a quick glance of my surroundings? Like the free action I would be able to notice.
So
before I
with
take my
no
action?
real perception check or anything like that, just in a quick glance, you see the scene as described. You see your friends lying around you,
Okay.
unconscious for the most part. You see Garagak now like looking up at the sky, Dandy Basher like clutched in his hand, raised for like off of his chest, and you see Lysander on the opposite side of this person from you.
Okay. Great. So Lysander's the only person I see standing right now,
Correct.
outside of this unnamed individual. All right. I'm just gonna say, oh fuck. And I'm gonna take my staff of healing off of my back. I'm gonna roll over, slam it down into the ground in order to help myself stand up, and I am going to cast Mass Healing Word.
Nice.
God among men. Sorry.
Or sorry, Mass Cure Wounds. Even better.
Ooh.
Nice.
And I am going to target specifically the 6 people are going to be Tumult, Anuk, Harlan, Garagak, Tempbard, and Ileana. All of you take 22 healing.
Fuck me, I guess.
I'm sorry, you were standing. I had to assume you were okay.
I'm also much harder to hit than the rest of them.
It's true. The 2 of us are the hardest to hit.
We take how much?
22
20.
hit points.
22? Okay.
All of you immediately have consciousness brought back to you as you snap into this reality of it's cold. Your slight body movements are making you clang and like jingle around for reasons that you soon realize is that you are just covered in a hoard of money. As all of you make the groans and moans of like coming to consciousness, getting this healing done, the creature like snaps his head around. Oh, I don't like you.
I do not like you either. Get away from my paladin. And with my bonus action, I would like to cast, since this was a staff and not my actual spell, bonus action, I would like to cast Spiritual Weapon and bop him on the head.
Go for it.
In theory.
In theory, we know it doesn't work very well most of the time, but I think it will be cool if it does. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm out of 2nd level spell slots. All bonus action healing. I'll just bonus action healing word Lysander. You get 10 hit points.
Nice.
That was a roller coaster.
It was a journey.
That was.
I didn't even look at my spells.
Tapartos just with this mass like aggression look of like I'm gonna fuck this guy up.
Heals his friend.
Just yeah, he heals Lysander.
That means I am the weapon.
You have
Will
15
always be
feet
my
of
weapon,
movement left
Lysander.
if you want to do anything else with your turn.
I'm staying right the fuck here.
Perfect. Ileana, you are now conscious.
Okay. I'll get up and look around and see the scene. Everyone's still like laying down and like they're kind of coming to, they're kind of shifting and moving, whatever. What's the guy doing? Like the creature. What's
Right now, standing there looking disgruntled. If you would like to take like a further in-depth look at him, you can make either an investigation, perception, or insight check, but that'll be your action to get a more detailed look at what exactly is happening.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what Gilana would do. She has no idea that he just attacked anybody, so you said investigation was one of them?
Investigation, perception, or insight.
Cool. I have the most.
Yeah, do investigation, please.
Yeah, most of the investigation.
Broken characters. Anyways. Oh.
21. You can see he has started like kind of like looking around, gathering the situation, and you see very, very like quickly, you see he shoots off 3 quick rapid fire hand signals and puts his hand back down. It's very fluid. It's very. Who is closest to you right now?
Yeah,
probably Harlan.
I'll kind of like I feel like nudge Harlan to see if Harlan's awake.
Where am I?
We're in the midst of battle. Get up, prepare yourself. What's going on right now?
Okay. Yeah.
And I'll I see Geogak Lysander over there. I guess I'll pump another healing word into Geogak because he's like laying down still. So I'll cast healing word and Geogak at level 2. Let's say. So +9 for Geogak, and then that's it for me.
Awesome.
Awesome. Tumult.
Just kind of sit up and look around, see the creature, and just be like, "Do you at least talk?"
He's kind of like spins around, sees all of you are like standing up, like getting like up and moving. He goes,
Oh, I'm just sitting. I'm not standing up. I'm just sitting.
but like
Okay.
showing signs of movement and like getting back. Whereas he watched all of you and planned on just stealing a bunch of your shit. Now is being faced with this, who he knows, very capable party rising up off the ground and like looking around, and he's kind of like weighing his option. He goes, "Oh, I talk.
Okay.
Boy, you got something to say."
Yeah, can you not right now?
You know, it's looking to be that this may not be the best time.
I'm going to assume that this is yours, and I'm going to point to the gold kind of pooling around me.
I would like that back, yes.
Okay, can you just take it, and we'll give you something to put it in, and you leave friends alone? I don't know what you're here for, but I'm going to assume, and I point to Garrick. I'm going to assume he did it. Because you said his hand is outstretched.
Yeah,
holding
He's
Dandy
got his
Basher.
hand up,
Very much
holding
so,
Dandy
very much so
Basher.
Mjolnir style, just like caught this weapon that just came barreling towards him.
I just like the idea
Uh,
that he's buried in coins and it's just his arm sticking
Correct.
up holding Dandy Basher.
Because Garagak was at his feet. He had
Yeah.
just put Garagak back down and had Dandy Basher take
Got
it. So
like
yeah,
armor and
brunt,
shit.
like
laying
there
on
is there is no sign of Garagak aside from this outstretched, just like beefy half orc arm clutching Dandy Basher. And he looks to you and goes, "Let's make a deal. I let you and your friends get up. You give me a vessel of which to carry all of my belongings away, and I let you walk away."
That's kind of the deal I'm looking for here.
Forever.
What do you mean? I think it's been 6 seconds.
Let's
but
let's get everybody involved in this a little more. Like you and your friends get up, then we will come to a mutual understanding that will benefit all of us.
You almost killed all of us.
I'm gonna cast charm.
I-
I'm gonna cast charm person on
Not your
him.
turn.
It's not your turn.
Oh,
it's-
I thought you were involving us. Sorry.
So all until there's like a mutual agreement of like we are going to have a conversation, you guys are still technically in combat order. I was mostly letting this roll on to see if there was going to be that general
bad.
agreement of conversation. You're good.
I would like to have a conversation, yes, and I apologize right now for anything he might have done, because I'm assuming, because he doesn't die, it's kind of his
I like
thing.
these.
He was the only one still standing.
He got this person kind of looks around at the group and like waits for that general, like he still has his bow unsheathed or like taken off his back at this point, and he's kind of just waiting for that general agreement of like we're gonna have a conversation.
I will wave my hand and my book goes away, and I'm holding my hands up like no weapons or anything, no spell components.
Is anybody still going to take hostile action towards this person in this instance?
Mm,
Tempart is.
Considered it.
Oh no.
All right.
It is
Well,
not
so
my
for the purposes of this, we'll stay out of combat initiative for now. Harlan, if you would like to cast Charm Person, you may do so.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay, it's a Wisdom save.
Yep, he's got to beat a 17.
Plus 25, no wisdom.
Ouch.
Plus
Be
10.
quiet, but it's a plus 10.
And he has advantage.
There's advantage against spells. A lot of people and a lot of things have advantage against spells.
What a surprise. If only we had an important wizard, that'd be great.
I'll, using my bonus action, I'll summon the glaive again, just in case.
Okay, so
after
the
that
glaive
fails.
appears, you cast the spell, he kind of looks at you and goes, "Well, that's not a conversation, now is it?"
I'll just kind of like spit blood out of my mouth and go, "You're a bastard, I don't know who you are." Get up.
Tempart,
I'm gonna.
You
yeah,
also want to take a hostile action. What would you like to do?
I would like to. I would like to first ask what his name is.
My name is Augur.
Oh, that's beautiful. It should probably be Chief though.
Chief?
cheese.
Why?
Because you're about to be filled with holes.
Oh my
God.
That'd be so much.
god.
I'm gonna cast a 7th level magic missile.
Holy shit!
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
So 3 for first, plus 6 for 7th. So 9, 18 points of damage. You see your magic missile is just like, he takes it, kind of looks over at you and goes, like, looks at the rest of you aside from Tempard and Harlan and goes, is this how we're doing this? Or are we going to talk?
I don't know him, and I point to Harlan. And what did you do to Tempard? Because they're normally not like that. They're normally like hostile, but not that hostile.
They are pretty crazy, to be fair.
Who are you?
Shoot, not now.
I kind of look at him like, now you want to fuck a talk?
Are you okay? I'm assuming you appear to be fine for all intents and purposes.
I mean, that hurt. It's not like it didn't fucking hurt. It hurt a lot.
What?
And Bard feels kind of satisfied.
Look, all right, let's get everything out in the open. Now, you get your friends up if you truly want to like do more healing or anything like, by all means. I am one man against a team of 8. I have nothing to do.
Yeah, I don't trust
One man.
Insight check.
Roll your insight checks.
Yeah.
Me as well.
So, are we all good enough? Because I was waiting for like that conversation of like we're not initiative. Because the first thing Ileana would do is run over to a Nook and like give a Nook a big hug and kind of whisper to a Nook. I saw him do like really weird hand signs. I think he has allies.
I mean, it depends on if his sleight of hand was better than our perception.
That's fine. You can run over and whisper that.
I'll also take a part of
I got the 22.
Okay.
I got a 26.
I did not get well.
Advantage on telling if someone is lying to me.
Yeah.
That's
That is a good roll. Is anybody else rolling? See what's going on?
Ileana just doesn't believe him. Period. At the insight
That's
check.
fair. That's you. You always have that right. Lysander, it doesn't seem like he's outright lying to you. You sense there's something else behind the words, but he's being honest that he is the only person here. That if this came to blows, it would be you against him against all of you.
As you have seen, because I'm assuming you've at least saw our toil potentially, we can be hearty and we can apparently get back up. I don't want this to come to blows.
At this point, neither do I.
Yeah, because it is now a lot of us versus you.
I'd like to take out Orc Splitter and just gently rest on it.
You'd miss with it anyway.
You said you wanted 2 million gold to leave us alone forever?
Until the bounty goes above 2 million gold, yeah.
That's not what you just said to me. Hold up. Where is this coming from?
I also offered him gold.
Or-
What gold? Yes, all the gold we have.
I'm just in this dude's shit. by the way.
Tepartos, there is a bounty on our heads, as you are aware of.
Yes.
He has come to collect it. At
Yes.
least some of it is 1 million.
And we have more than that to pay him off to not collect it.
You have that in your current equipment and gear, yes.
Yeah, maybe.
We just give you
Listen.
Tepartos
All
to
right,
shit. I'm pretty sure that was a million.
let me get everybody else caught up, okay? Here's where we stand. There is currently one of several bounties placed on your heads that equates to 1 million gold.
Of course.
I would like 1 million gold. I had an opportunity to silently pick you all off before you had a chance to react.
If you want value, I have value for you.
So here's the thing. I have options. Currently, less options.
As I slowly raise up to my full height, I just kind of nod at him.
All cards on the table. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to fight you because I will die.
That seems to be apparent.
I don't want to die.
Mhm.
Be fair, you look dead.
Perks of the job. If I die, the bounty still will be collected, just not by me. Should I return to the people I work for, paying the money that they are planning on making by me killing you, that takes one of the targets off your back. My company doesn't work for murder, we work for money.
Oh, wait, but how many companies are out there trying to collect our heads?
Like mine, one.
I mean, I'm just saying, how many times can we pay off?
Right. How many targets do we have?
Have you ever heard of the Retribution Company?
Have I?
Roll history checks, Harlan with advantage.
Would I have heard of them?
Normal
On the-
history, normal history check. This is
What the
a very specific group.
Just checking.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
rough,
know
Harlan.
shit.
Harlan, you with your line of work, I was trying to make the roll just a courtesy. You probably would know who these people are.
Okay.
Still got a 4 and a 5. Oh, Tempard, nice.
Hi.
Tempard at 23. And it also, honestly, it makes sense with the template and everything that they do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I was like,
Tempard and Harlan, the Retribution Company is something that nobody ever hears about until they are looking to hire them or have become a target. They are the best bounty hunting guild, period.
They've probably employed the temp services a couple of times.
Oh, wait. I just
So vice versa.
lightning reached down from the sky and struck me in the head and gave me an idea. You say you want gold. You say you want like 2 million.
2 million would definitely get me off your back for a while, yes.
Well,
Wow.
how about we give you 2 million to kill whoever put that bounty on us? And I'll give it to you up front with a bag to carry it in.
That's a hefty job.
A lot
I mean,
of
honestly-
money.
So are we, yeah?
I mean this with all the respect due to people who have gone to another plane, come back and pissed off these people, whom terrify the shit out of me. Taking out you guys on my own, right here, right now, is a cakewalk compared to what you're asking me to do.
It was
3
just an
million gold.
idea, I expect, you know.
Yeah, I mean, but
You
like,
pay-
Well, we could give you, you know, the bounty on our heads plus maybe 250,000, and you leave us alone,
How about
Here's-
this, friend?
and a bag to put your stuff in.
What was that? With
Harlan.
Harlan?
Don't tell him my
Harlan
name. Why would you
Dino.
tell him my name? I'm not a part of your group. Now I'm a target. God.
Harlan
You
Dino.
weren't. You were on the ground, friend.
Hold
You
on.
are-
Hold on. Let me talk.
Sorry.
Harlan
Yes.
Dino.
That's me. What do you know?
I know that you're recruiting,
I am.
and I know that you're recruiting for something big.
Look to try your hand, eh?
Don't get me wrong, I'm never going to become one of your fucking dogs. All right? I'm way too fucking good to take orders from someone like you. And I mean that respectfully. You have earned the right to command those 200 men, but I've been through fucking hell and back, and I mean that literally. There are things that we can discuss, however.
How far away is your employer?
I can get there 30 seconds from now.
Do they know what I look like?
Yes.
What I would carry?
Yes.
I give him my glaive and I give him my hat, which is probably bloodstained, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think this would help convince them? We'll give you a spot in the dogs.
Whilst I appreciate your candor and your enthusiasm, I already said I don't want to be one of your dogs.
So what is your counter proposal, yeah?
I can't go back empty-handed.
That's the
So-
problem.
What do you want?
From what it sounds like, you all have problems brewing.
Hey,
From what I've gathered, based on the loud mouth of your friend Harlan Dino here, y'all are in search of something called the Eye of the Allfather. Something to do with fixing the ordning. Also an assault on Groodhog.
That one's for fun.
That one's for the world, but okay.
For fun.
kind of my girlfriend.
That's why it's
For
Did
us,
you just admit it?
that. I will chime in. That's why it's for fun for me.
for us, we don't really get involved in the political matters of the world, right? We're going to get paid no matter what. Right now, the highest bid for us is 1 million gold for the heads of you. The people that want you dead, there's no way in hell you have enough money to pay us to try to make that happen.
Because there are so many.
No. Who do you think wants to kill us, Departos?
Oh, I know exactly who wants to kill us.
Nobody is
Mhm.
going to take on Xerxes.
That's a suicide run.
Hey,
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many. It's who it is.
Friend, I'm getting very impatient. What is your counter offer?
Pay us to fight for you instead.
You asked for men?
Did say you wanted help with Groodhog.
I thought you specifically said you would not fight under
Ah,
us.
He said that he wouldn't be one of Dino's dogs. He
It's-
didn't say that he wouldn't be working with us on this.
It is a
It's-
third-party contract.
Okay.
Frankly, Harlan couldn't pay me enough.
But
I
we
don't think
could.
there's enough in Groodhog to pay you well enough.
No, but I have a feeling there's enough in that hole that man carries to pay us decently enough.
What's your
Would you rather
number?
join the campaign?
Let's say 4 million for the retainer.
4 million seems kind of high. I mean, that don't
Listen,
seem
friend,
right.
I'm on the lower end of our skill range, and I tracked you across a plain. I tracked you across a mountain peak where you teleported with no trace.
Huh.
What does the retainer include?
You pay me 4 million gold.
Yes.
We fight for you at Groodhog.
Only
How would you do that?
Groundhog?
Aren't you supposed to kill us?
How many do you have?
28.
And for Ileana's question.
What was Ileana's question? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear it over the loudmouth.
Oh, it's okay. You're supposed to kill us. Why are they gonna let you fight for us? You just said you're on the lower end. I'm confused about the situation here.
Ileana, they're mercenaries. Money talks more than their
Yeah,
personal
but-
feelings.
Sounds like the boss wants us dead. So, what guarantee do we have that he's gonna come back and help us at Groodhog?
She
Money.
He could
is
just take the
right.
money and leave. Or he could take the money and then his employers could just kill him if they find out that he's hiding with us.
Exactly. Or it is also perfectly likely that Xerxes, regardless of what kind of wealth we have, has exponentially more and can just up the ante once more, and you'll take us again as the target after the bounty's been raised to 5, 10, or something else we cannot pay.
So a contract.
Like this one?
No.
Does
No.
Tempa
Here's-
brings up a good point.
Here's a thought for you, my friend. 10 million men wouldn't be worth 4 million gold.
To be fair, Harlan,
No,
he stepped up to our party by himself, which means he's fairly confident after he said he tracked us over a plane. He's definitely seen what we've done.
I was trying to talk him down from the price. Thank you, Tumult.
He's
Looks
seen
like your time for decision making is up.
You're a bastard.
I tried.
But I
You guys hear and see 15 other individuals appear encircling you.
not surprised.
Figures.
there's no way Harlan can gauge that they know their shit and they're not just being
Harlan?
assholes right now.
You
roll
know
me,
what?
roll me an insight check with advantage if you want. Anuk, go
Okay.
ahead.
You know what? If they can do all the things that they have done, and they say they would enter a contract for 4 million and honor it, I think it's worth it. Especially since, it's just gold. We get to keep our stuff. We make gold like, water runs through the river.
You make gold like water.
As long
runs
as we're
through the
still
river.
breathing yet.
Can pay you, Harlan. Anuk.
It's all right.
What money you have, Departos?
I rolled a 16.
Harlan,
Hmm.
you are fairly certain that any one of these individuals could probably take out half your company.
I don't like it, but I'm inclined to admit they would be.
I just
useful.
dropped the portable hole at my feet.
I have 2 questions.
What are your questions?
Well, I suppose actually they're not really for you. First is Anuk, how much money do you actually have?
Don't say that out loud.
Well, we might as well know.
We don't.
If they
know.
want it, they'll slit all of our throats. They outnumber us and are
At this
likely
point,
more
I
powerful.
think, I don't think we have any money. I think they have the money and that
Okay.
portable hole it all in. As
Enough?
long as they sign that contract.
All right. Then question number 2. Tempard,
Yeah,
do you have that contract?
I do
We
have a contract.
signing one of our own contracts.
All right.
I just want a contract, yeah.
You forget
want it
that
to
I
be
was
legal.
following you through Silvery Moon,
All
where I
right,
heard the
fair.
entire conversation about what those contracts are for. And frankly, I'm fucking out. Not doing that. Not in a
all-
million fucking years.
Perfectly fair. May we look over exactly the
I pull out a 10
specifications?
plan information guide. What about this one?
He looks at you, Tapartos, and more importantly, looks like past you at Anuk. Let's write it together.
Okay.
4 million gold says we fight for you for the siege of Groodhog when it comes up.
Only the siege at Groodhog?
Only the siege of Groodhog.
I mean,
After
they
that,
gotta
it's your
keep their
business.
options open. I mean,
It's kind of how that works.
It's a steep price. We have many more things to take care of after Groodhog, and yet,
Yeah.
while important, a single siege is a steep price for 4 million gold.
Have you seen Groodhog recently?
Yeah. DM, I have a question. Sorry.
What's up?
Was there an estimated price for my crew in the siege? Like a number?
2.5 million gold.
Okay.
So for a company where one man could kill half of your company, slightly under double the price is pretty worth it.
Yeah. No, sorry, continue.
I think I reach over and I grab Tumult on the shoulder, and I think my representation will write the contract with you for me.
I was kind of looking. I kind of look around. Where is it?
So he like this individual who you know as Augur now pulls out a blank scrap of parchment right here.
Before we sign anything,
Sign with your non-dominant hand. That way it's not legally binding.
I'll kind of just look at Harlan and be like, Shh, you shush.
hold on.
I mean, he should have a say.
This man does mercenary work. He knows how these things work more than you do, Tumult.
Yeah, but he's
I-
also apparently not liked very well by this individual for his big mouth.
On the
Personally-
contrary,
As a mercenary from the band, from Dino Share, I'll throw in $1 million if you stay on permanent retainer with the band.
huh?
Consultant.
For me,
You or one of your friends if you don't want to do it.
you want to pay me 1 million gold to be a consultant.
Did I fucking stutter, friend?
I mean, you get to be your own boss.
I'll get paid 1
say
million
your
gold
own-
for pretty much any job at this rate. So yeah, I'm in. Now back to you. 4 million gold, the siege on Groodhog. And if you're curious of whether you need us for just Groodhog or if you need us for more, rise, show them. You see one of the individuals, all of them are wearing like uniform, like this matching leather armor that's like digging into them. But they all have hoods over their heads. And one of them walks over, flips his hood down, and you can see that this man is what appears to be a Goliath who is covered in tattoos from head to toe. Basically, all of his skin is covered in these bright, vivid tattoos of these ornate, like runic designs. He nods, and you see he begins to cast a spell from pulls out a spell book, begins to cast a spell, and this window appears, and it shows you, and you can see what you guys would recognize as Groudhog from your various scries, your various trips through the crag in Dandyland when you guys went and saw back over. You can see this fortress, and you see hundreds of hill giants. You see them bulwarking the walls, setting things up. You see the Nightstone sitting in the center of this massive metallic structure. You see siege engines being built. You see all sorts of military war preparations. They are battening down the hatches and preparing for whatever bullshit is coming their way.
I just kind of look at the rest of the party. It's like, I don't really need more convincing. I was fine with making a deal from the second I woke up because, we kind of all just kind of set up zombies, kind of like. I'm going to assume all around we're not doing very well.
Yes, that's fair. But to be fair, Tepartos is just most surprised that the hill giants have figured out basic, simple machinery as well as war technology.
Someone's in charge.
Usually they just throw sheep.
Their current chieftain. Chieftainess, lady chief. Guh. Very smart for a hill giant. Very tactically sound.
Tepartos, I also would probably like to say that she's probably getting guidance.
Yes, you are right. Well, if this contract is binding, Tepartos will trust it. Tepartos cannot speak for everybody, but it is obvious that we do need all the help we can get from all of our different sources. However, he does have anxiety that a contract made between parties who do not know each other, or even if you know us, we do not necessarily know you. How can this be binding in any way that will force trust between us in a way that we will not know that you shall not betray us? What is a piece of paper against the will of coin?
Because I am not signing it.
Who is?
Our leader.
Okay.
Like, it is also their reputation on the line.
Also,
we will know.
We are bound to a certain code. And when I say bound, I don't mean the moral things that guide all of you. Guides all people.
Don't lump me in with them, please, friend.
We all have separate moral codes. However, if I break a written contract, I die. As do every one of my compatriots. That's why we don't sign contracts. From what I understand and what I've gathered, this is some world-ending, all humanoids die type shit.
Yes.
This is exactly what it is, to be honest.
We're yours for Groudhog. Because the only way we keep our reputation and we don't get hunted down like you is if we're fucking paid for it.
Okay. I want you to know, I do, in my heart, believe you, and I want to believe you, but how do you have any sort of proof that we can believe you? I do not want anyone to die. Let that be known. How do I know that you are not lying? This is important.
We're not dead currently.
These stakes are high.
Tell me how I prove it. You tell me what's good enough proof for you.
Right now, all I have is your word.
I cast Zone of Truth.
You cast Zone of Truth. Targeting what group? Just like on him specifically, or?
It's just a 15-foot radius sphere, and then whoever's in that gets it. I'm going to center it on him.
He chooses to fail, as does Rise, who is the man who walked up next to him. And there's one more cloaked individual also in that radius.
I will enter it and also choose to fail.
Great.
Me
And I'll
too.
come up with Jessica too.
Since I'm the one that's got the money, I'll enter that and also choose to fail.
Perfect.
Pretty sure I'm standing in it, and I'll just fail.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Okay.
Augur looks at you, Harlan, and goes, "Ask away. Is this good enough? Is this proof?"
If you speak honestly within here, which I believe that you
Do
cannot
you-
not do so, then yes.
Ask your questions.
Do you actually think I'm a loudmouth?
Yes. But
Great. You smell weird.
I respect a loudmouth because that means they've got the balls to say it to anybody, and that is worth respect.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Don't get carried away, bud. Tepartos, over to you.
If we sign this contract, regardless of what anybody else offers you, you will fight for us in Grudhog. Yes?
Correct.
Okay. And if we offer you the 4 million, will you try to kill us again?
After Groodhog, probably.
Our contract lasts through Groodhog. I cannot fight for you if you are dead.
Okay.
I'd also assume if we're successful, the bounty's probably going to go up. Just saying.
Likely. But it is good to know regardless.
So the way I'm putting this contract currently is, what's the name of their entire company again? Jesus.
The Retribution Company.
Retribution. I'm going to put it in my notes. The Retribution Company is offered the sum of 4 million gold to fight on our behalf.
Hold on. The sum of 4 million gold plus 1 million on completion of a
That's your deal.
contracting.
You and I have a separate agreement running on that.
Your deal.
Why not lump it in and get help for longer for you?
Because I can't choose what you do, and I'm not putting my family in your thing. We agreed to pretty much disappear and split ways after Groodhog. You said you had your thing to go do.
All right. Whatever you say.
Not personal here, just known you for like 3 days. And one of those days you were in a cell.
I mean, you don't know me that well. It's pretty common, but sure.
Exactly.
So, for sake of brevity, because all of this was not planned on my account, this just happened to be good rolls on your guys' part that any of this came to be, which probably for the better for you in all reality.
Oh, yeah.
But without getting into the legal blah, 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 I've already written one fully legally binding contract for this game. I'm not writing another. 4 million gold seals that you, A, will not be attacked by the Retribution Company until after the Siege of Groodhog at the earliest, and that they will be fighting side by side with you and for you for the Siege on Groodhog.
Tepartos is willing to shake on this.
Set in the paper.
I'll need each of you to sign this from the original party. No offense, Harlan, but you are a mercenary, same as we. It's nothing of offense.
Hey, that's all right.
Does everyone sign it that is willing to sign it? Ileana, do you have something you want to add?
I have a question to Olga specifically, while we're in the truth.
What's that?
Are you willing to answer who is hiring you to kill us?
I was hired specifically. Well, we were hired through me by a man named Dandelion.
Of course you were.
I look at the party. Is that the Zoxys guy?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Okay, I'll look back to Olga. Okay. Hold on, let me think for a second. And I'll just kind of like think in pose for a minute while everyone signs it. And I'll look back at them. So I have a separate proposal for you.
And what's that?
It seems, I don't know why, but this group called Zoxys really wants this party dead. And I guess me likes him now.
Technically, for the most part, and I point to the Parthos, he wants him specifically dead.
Yes.
Okay. But like, why? Like, why do they want him dead?
I really
Some
don't
of
like
us
him.
are open-minded about what they want, not necessarily agree with it, but he's very openly against it.
So this group Zoxys is pretty strong and kind of look at all go wealthy, correct? They're offering you a bunch of money for us. would you be willing to more or less act as a sort of double agent and try to keep Xerxes from knowing exactly where we are, but also when the time comes, give us locations on where to attack Xerxes if you happen to come across that information.
Let me put it this way for you. You've hired us as soldiers until the siege on Groodhog. Soldiers take orders.
Okay.
So yes, if we tell him to.
Until
Until
that time.
point.
Well, I guess that's my purview now, unless you have a commander that you prefer to take orders from.
I would not like to delegate one person until after battle time. Personally, I'm kind of a thinker. I like to plan out battles beforehand as much as possible, leaving one person in charge, especially when I just met.
Tumult, how often have you commanded a large group of men and women in battle?
Like I said, I'm not personally looking to take charge here, not just willing to hand over my services to you either.
That is what I do, friend. Have you done that before?
No, but isn't that why you hired him as a consultant? You need someone just as good, if not better.
And from what I can tell, Heartland is not just going to send out orders willy-nilly. We fronted the
not.
gold. Heartland will ask us and give the orders.
And all I'm asking is we be officially involved in decision making.
You all can allot one person as our commander, or two if you would like us to split into our special, or three rather, if you'd like us to split into our specialty groups to perform certain tasks.
I
Personally,
just walk up and sign the contract.
I'd say we should use you in however you'd best be used. And if that's three different versions, like three different sets of groups that do three different things, probably best. But as Harlan said, has commended many. We could talk about this later though, right? We kind of have something to do.
I would like to walk up and sign the contract as well and say, I have an idea for what I would like three groups of you to do while you are under our employ.
Does everyone that needs to sign the contract sign it? Perfect.
Can you sign?
Do I have a lawyer present?
I'll like walk up holding Dandy Basher and just be like, this is mine.
Oh yeah, we get to keep all of our stuff. It's just they get the portable hole that had some gold in it.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, but he took it previously and then I throred that shit out of his bag. So how do I
That
know?
explains the mess. Yeah, I kind of wondered about that.
As you all sign the contract, for sake of moving through this, all of you sign the contract, and as you all sign, one of the other individuals surrounding you moves from the back of the group to the front, and you see, as they pull off the hood of their cloak, you see a human woman steps forward, and as the cloak comes down, you can see there is a black crown of this black. The same black, like tendril-like material that was coming out of the armor has sunk into her head, and has these tendrils connecting to it. It's almost just this simple black band with spikes coming off of it from the top and bottom, embedding into her head. She nods and signs the contract underneath, and then steps away. Augur steps forward again and goes, "We have three main groups that we separate into for big jobs. The sneaky ones, the hitty ones, and the we'll say specialists."
Can your specialists prepare explosives in tunnels?
Our specialists can pretty much do whatever you need them to do.
Right.
Oh,
Is one of you
wait.
giving us orders, or are we splitting between the three?
Tepartos, what do you need?
I have suggestions for all three. Sneaky ones. I suggest that you do what you can to try to keep an eye on, infiltrate, and gather information on Xerxes. Report back to us if you find anything that you may deem important for us to know, especially regarding either our infiltration or the downfall of the group. For the hitty ones, if you would be able to go along the storm coast, try to find any sort of giant uprisings and stamp them out, and find out what they're doing and why they're doing it. For the specialists, if you would be able to have them investigate Groodhog and find out any weaknesses in their defenses, what we can do to exploit them, and any sort of preparatory work we can do for that.
I was going to ask the specialists if they could find a way to get us close enough to cut the head off the snake once we're there.
Are those reasonable requests?
Very reasonable from my standpoint.
Done.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
He turns, looks, gives out a brief whistle to the rest of the group, and all of them vanish.
Can I ask one other thing? Can one of you like report to us like once a day with updates and like possibly new orders from us? Because I don't want to
That's-
just lose contact.
That's part of the requests.
Oh, Tomo, don't you have those sending stones? You could give them one and
I'll
They don't
report
have to-
personally. Sending stones can be faulty.
well,
Like,
you know, if we're in the middle of something and we're trying to sneak up on somebody and you just boop, there you are, that might not be the best time for a
Trust me
report.
to have a sense of intelligence about certain aspects of things. I followed you for days without you knowing. I can be
Yeah,
discreet.
that was pretty impressive. I tend to know what's going on around me, and that was much respect.
Trust me when I say that the DM rolled stealth checks commonly and checked against your passive perceptions and against your active perceptions whenever you chose to roll them.
What is an active or passive perception? Friend? What are you talking about?
You'll learn about it when you're older, Harlan.
What is this
I-
roll?
Excuse me. I'm
Was one
pretty
of-
old.
Was one of your men the ghostly figure I saw in the cave?
How
That
you
was
doing?
you. Oh, okay.
For the sake
That
of
makes
moving through
sense.
this, because this
Sneaky
has
boy.
been a thing for
It's
quite a minute.
been-
You all conclude business, move forward. It is still nighttime. You have not completed a long rest. And as all of this has taken more than an hour of your time away, your long rest has reset. So it is up to you of whether you would like to try to push on and get through another day of travel without resting or try to set up to rest again. You guys are still right outside of that cave, and the thing that was inside of it is assumedly dead. It did explode.
I mean, it
Generally-
turned inside out.
Yeah.
And then it exploded.
Generally, when things explode, they're
Love that
dead.
movie.
What would you guys like to do at this point?
I don't mind. I don't care.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I would probably nudge Ileana and be like, it's your turn.
Tired.
I cast the sleepy place last time. You get to cast the next one.
The Partos would very
Yes.
much benefit from a good night's sleep. He has many things to reset.
Is
We're all
this
terrified
place
about getting exhausted.
is this place safe?
How big is this cave?
20 feet.
It's about a 20-foot radius. It's about 40 feet across on the inside. The entrance is about 20 feet deep. It's only probably about 40 to 50 feet tall at the tallest.
What kind of ground are we standing on?
Currently outside of the cave, you're standing on ice, snow, stone. Inside, it is strictly stone.
Yeah, but is it gravel and dirt on the outside, or is it still stone on the
It's-
outside?
It's pretty heavily just stone.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I feel like it's kind of sketchy to stay in it because we cracked the walls a little bit. Well, I cracked the walls a little bit.
I can fix that. That's not a problem.
It would seem like the best place to stay out of the elements. The Partos could probably make a fire, and we could.
Oh, I can make the fire. That's not a problem either.
Well, we could have fire. We could have sleeping bags. The Partos can make some food, and we can do a little something if those
Sure.
who usually
You can
make our
make the
shelter
food.
are tapped out.
I would walk the cave, casting divine sense, and see if anything picks up other than the myriad of spirits.
You don't sense anything.
Oh yeah,
Unless
we
that
pushed them
thing-
out.
Unless
was
that's
a-
when we come back to the entrance. And make sure no one's in the cave.
The inside of the cave, the entrance, pretty much the entire area inside of the cave is completely devoid of spirits or anything like that.
Is the distanced thudding still happening?
That's a
what
good
I
question.
said. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Anybody who would like to can roll a perception check.
Hey, 19.
I mean, I guess if you want to roll mine.
24.
It's not gonna matter.
Nice.
My passive will probably be better.
Yeah, my passive was better. at
Told
that.
you. My passive is 12.
I'm not really caring about what's going on.
I mean, I want to know if we're in Jumanji or not.
I'm just
Let's
debating
see.
if adding cheese as an ally in your notebook is accurate.
everyone except for Tempard, because 2's real bad. You hear large pounding footsteps that have been... You ignored it for a while. You were in a dire situation. There were things happening that you needed to suss out. You hear loud footsteps. What you originally thought was a multitude of them is just now more clearly one loud, resounding, repetitive set of thumping sounds.
Do they seem to be getting closer?
They seem to be much closer than the last time you tuned into them.
It might be worth leaving.
Are the giants our friends or not?
Depends on the giant so far.
Giants as a whole are not.
One thing for sure, possibly two things. It's nighttime.
Yes.
I'll cast Druidcraft to know the weather for the rest of today, for the next 24 hours.
The snowstorm that has been around you is going to let up very soon. And it should be it'll be cloudy, but it shouldn't be snowing anymore. You should have better visibility and things like that tomorrow.
Okay, knowing about that, will this mess with an owl, with an owl's flight, an owl's sight?
Currently, no.
I'll be right back. And I wild shape into the giant owl and fly off to investigate what the sound is.
Okay. You fly off and you see off in the distance, maybe about a half mile or so away, a singular giant form.
Oh boy.
What kind of giant?
He appears to be a frost giant.
Oh boy.
He looks as for a better description, he looks to have what appears to be a giant's or a dragon's head mounted over himself in a hood-like cloak fashion. It appears to be from what you can gather, appears to be a white dragon. For the scales and things, carries a massive maul on his back. You can see pretty clearly is not wearing any sort of like protective clothing other than this cloak. Has like bare chest open, very simple, like what appears to be sort of like wrap pants around his waist and legs. And on his chest, you can see 5 massive scars that run along his chest. And he's just slowly, well, not slowly, he's lightly jogging in your direction.
I'll bank around and return to the group and tell them about all that.
Okay. As you were flying, he did kind of glance up and like give just like a nod as you ran, and he just kept like put his head back down and kept running. Just sort of like acknowledged your presence. And kept.
Okay.
I would like to pull a brown bear out of my bag just for preparation.
Oh, I don't think you need to. Not yet. I don't think you need to do that. But
yeah, but while you were flying off, I figured there was
oh,
shit probably was going to go down.
Anuk, you return to
pull
the
a brown
group.
bag.
I come out of the owl shape and I relay the description. Oh, and he spotted me. And he gave me a nod. He didn't try to do anything about it, but he did acknowledge my presence. So he knows.
Does anyone here speak giant?
Yeah.
Yes.
I do.
I point to like all the tall ones.
I mean, you've heard me speak it.
I've got
How
it
do you-
as well.
How do you think the Parthos got a girlfriend?
Sign language.
Actually, about that, this could either be very good or very bad. And Tepartos has a proposal, and it sounds like we only have a very short amount of time to act upon it.
Well, I say we play this out.
Yes, Tepartos agrees. Tepartos tends to have, he does not know how or why, but a very extreme knack, shall we say, with giant folk. And it may be worthwhile, in case this turns ugly, to have Tepartos address them individually before we address them as a group.
Tim
Just
goes,
so.
I
Tim
feel like
goes,
I should do
yeah,
it
you do, and then like raises for a high five.
personally.
Tepartos just squinches his eyes and
I also
gives them
did
a
the
high
talking
five.
for the first half of that.
Also
What do you
true.
mean?
But
I mean-
what if it attacks you?
Then at least only Tepartos gets hurt as opposed to everybody
Oh,
else.
no, I'd
He's
be
on
there.
death's door here.
Personally, I think a Nook should go first.
Oh no, I think Tepartos and I should
Listen.
maybe Lysander because they're important too. We
Listen.
all important, but some of us spec the giant language,
Aren't we
I know.
supposed to be reaching out to the giant clans to see if we can
right?
unionize them?
That's
We
why
are,
I was
and
asking.
Tepartos has actually been specifically given a divine gift of being able to ally with the giant clans.
So it may be worth it to play nice and see what happens. And if push comes to shove, everybody shove in the corner and we hide behind a wall of rock.
Yes,
If-
yes, Tepartos does ask if things get very bad. Please save him because he is scared.
I'd be right there
Tepartos.
beside you, buddy.
I mean,
Tepartos,
I could go instead, and then I can like teleport us out if they try to attack.
if you don't want to risk any of yourselves, I speak giant and I can be rather persuasive. I know I'm an outsider as well. So
You
why not
can?
send a person? Yes, I can. I can. How do you think I got hired by Moog? Yes, I can.
I don't see it.
I'll rattle off. I'll rattle off in giant. How's this for you, Anouk?
Oh no, I definitely think you spec the
Drastically-
language, but I don't
Rapidly
see you being
approaching,
persuasive.
closing the rest of the distance, moving at a giant speed.
All right, everyone, please get into hiding. Allow me to stand here. If things go sour, please step in. But I am asking you to trust Tepartos.
Or we can all stand here and be civil.
Yeah.
Don't have to risk yourself all the time.
mean,
Spartos.
How many people have Dimension Door? Keep
I know.
moving further away.
I would offer.
Oh,
You
I can't do
see-
that right now.
You see cresting this small hill moving towards you. The first visage that you see is a massive head of a white dragon piercing over and looking towards you.
It's a good
But I
thing
think
you
you'll
told us it
tell
was
what
a
gender the
giant.
dragon is.
Right?
Quickly, the dragon is about who knows how long years dead, and you can see inside of its mouth the head of a frost giant who moves forwards towards you. As you wave, he kind of
Like
looks
to raise a hand and
like keeps
start waving.
slowly trudging forward, and like in this big, just kind of like overly dramatic wave, just goes.
It's a whole
I'm a
body
little
wave.
disappointed that it's not actually a dragon.
Steps.
I grab my book.
You knew it wasn't.
He retorts to you it's really difficult because it is a broken combination of common and giant. He kind of calls out to you and goes, Hilhum. And he kind of like taps his chest. Harsnog. Harsnog.
Tepartos. Hilhum. Tepartos.
You can see he's sitting and trying to like think.
If it is, it says in giant. If it is easy for you, a lot of us speak giant.
He kind of looks at you and like
Huh.
you can tell he understands what you're saying, but he's having a hard time forming it to come back to you. And he's standing like very, very like he's standing about 100 feet away or so and like calling out to you. And he's Harsnog non.
Come here. Come. Be closer.
He kind of wearily like looks at you, Ileana, and kind of like holds a hand up as like a wait. He goes, Harsnog no people non Big Rock 19
The Nightstone?
Let's do charades.
looks he's like sitting here and you can tell he's trying to process and trying to respond to you guys with speech, and it's just coming hard to him. And he's
Yeah.
If only we had a way for somebody to read his thoughts.
nah, that person's in a different place. Harlan, what are you saying?
I mean, I still can, kind of.
I mean, if you want to, yeah.
11
Harlan,
minutes.
what were you getting to?
Can you write, friend? Use the snow.
You have pen and paper.
He kind of looks at you and just kind of shakes his head and looks really sad about it.
It's okay, brother.
Friend,
I would like to approach him.
When you, Lysander, when you say friend, he kind of like perks up a little bit and like just nods very, very hard, just like yes.
And just like hand on chest and hand to everyone. Friend.
Friend.
Yeah, yes, friend. I do it a little late.
Like
You can-
hands up.
Yeah, you can see that he's been standing away. He's been very timid, which like for all intents and purposes, you have never seen a giant act like this ever. You see, he slowly kind of approaches you. Harshnag.
It's a pleasure.
Hello, Harshnag. I am Nook. Good to meet you, brother.
Kind of like pats you on like the shoulder and side of your head and goes, Nook.
Yeah.
Lysander.
Repeats the same kind of.
About how tall is he?
He is about 22, 23 feet tall.
Okay, then I would like to place a hand up on his belly button
Yeah.
and say, Harshnag, departos.
He smiles widely as someone is like saying his name to him, and he kind of like sits down on the ground in front of you to kind of try and even out the playing field as much as he can. I mean, small, non on being Montrak, you
Small giant.
Can he not speak giant?
Small
He-
giant.
he's
can't speak
speaking
anything
this
very well.
this weird mixture of giant and common.
Huh.
Cold.
Harshnag cold?
No, small cold.
Little-
Small people cold.
Yes.
Yes,
Cave.
yes, small people cold. Yes.
Cave warm. Out cold.
I kind of just hold up my thermal cube looking perfectly fine.
Go cave, small warm.
Yes.
I mean,
Harshnag come?
we're standing in like the cave entrance, right?
Yeah, you guys are like basically at the cave, and he's kind of like gesturing like you basically you can go inside if you would like, and he will just talk to you through so you can be warm.
Oh.
He's trying to make sure you guys are okay.
Oh, what a
Is
good
it still
boy.
like kneeling down?
Thank you, Harshnag.
Yeah, he's basically sat down with his like feet planted on the ground, so his knees are up by his shoulders, and he's kind of leaned through his legs and like
Almost
is
that
talking to
toddler
you.
squat.
Yeah.
My friend, what happened to you?
You ask that, and he kind of like looks at you confused, and then kind of has like it's just for a moment, and then he kind of realizes what you're asking.
Yeah.
He takes the dragon's head like cloak, like this dragon pelt that he's been wearing, and pulls it off, and you can see that what was covering it is you can see there's just massive wounds, these scars. It doesn't look like a dragon attack. It is just, for all of you have seen combat, this is like bludgeoning weaponry straight to his head. This it's dented, it's impacted.
buddy.
It's this. He's been through the shit.
Mhm.
And he kind of holds it down and goes, like looks at this dragon's head, almost, not even almost, just very full of just sorrow. He's, no, save Frinkon be small friend. He kind of points at the dragon's head and big friend.
It was a friend of big and small.
The dragon was his friend.
And you
Oh
couldn't.
my gosh, did you get hooked trying to protect your dragon and they killed him anyway? That's so sad.
Hey, Tempad, I think he might have something in common with you.
Let's hope it's only friend part.
Tempered starts to like whimper a little bit and just hide their face behind their dragon courtship rituals volume 1.
Who attacked your friend? Small or big?
Big.
With the war between the dragons and the giants.
So,
You were
Snoz.
one.
That was thousands of years ago.
And you were one of the few who built the bridge between the two.
He kind of looks at you very confused. Friend.
Friends can pass over all races, my friend. We understand.
He kind of just like smiles and nods, and at this point he kind of like looks at you and like looks over in the cave, and he starts like gently ushering all of you into the cave, like just pushing you in. Like,
yes, thank you. We are very tired and hurt. We have had battle, and we must rest. May we stay here to rest?
Yeah, he looks at you and goes, sleep.
Thank you.
Hashnag. He kind of like looks and tries to like find the words, and as you guys are in the cave, he kind of like turns himself around and sits in front of the cave entrance, and like looks back at you and goes, Hashnag.
Thank you.
I want to hug him in real life.
I'll speak with you in the morning. Yes.
Hashnag, you were looking for us?
Kind of like cocks his head sideways. He like spins himself so he can keep talking to you before you guys go to bed. And he like kind of looks at you and goes, small look for Hashnag.
Eye of the Allfather?
He looks at you, Lysander, as you say that, and like big, like his eyes like light up, and he goes, Hashnag. And he like gestures down again, like he was gesturing when he said he's gonna like sit and watch you guys.
You protect the eye.
Temple of Anam.
Temple's on the mountain.
Do you protect the temple? Do you know?
And now you protect us so we can go to the temple on the mountain.
To make peace, so you can have
more big friends.
The peace between the giants and the dragons.
He just smiles. Just big, wide smile.
I walk over and I do give him a hug while he's sitting.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
I love this man.
All of you that want to rush over, give him a big, just like a big group hug, and he like just glows, just big smile off his face. He just like takes one hand and kind of wraps all of your backs with it, and like taps you and pulls you in.
Cool.
I'm gonna see if there's anything I can do for his wounds. Any of the damage that he's taken.
They are very much so healed over time and closed off. This
Nothing
whatever
I can do for help.
Whatever happened with him happened during the Dragon Giant War that was thousands of years prior to the conversation you're having now, which in and of itself shouldn't be.
Yeah, this man is centuries old.
Oh, he's millennia old.
He's seconds old. Just a lot of them.
Many seconds.
But yeah, all of you, if you would like to set up watches, you can.
I trust Hashnag. I am going to sleep.
I was gonna be like, y'all should probably go to bed.
Yeah. All of you, if you would like to, you can set up, you can start a fire. Hashnag, when he sees you guys like starting to gather twigs and stuff, will just walk over to the nearest tree and rip it out of the ground.
We don't know if it was gonna say we could do that or not.
He kind of looks at you and goes,
It's okay. It's too late now. We might as well use it.
He kind of looks really sad. he's hurt somebody. And he's like,
It's okay. I pat him on whatever I can reach.
Yeah.
That's socially appropriate.
yeah. And he kind of like trudges it back over to the cave and sets it gently down next to you guys, and then sits kind of farther away from the cave this time, just kind of like feels like he messed up. He's just kind of like sitting there like,
I got something for this though.
Tumult, you
Whoa.
are awake through the night. Is
After
anybody
everyone goes to bed, I will just go and kind of like grab his hand and pull him closer to the cave. Like, you can come back here. He's not mad at you.
He follows. All of you guys just hitting sleep. You
Yeah,
you
that
hear
was
this
the point.
as he like shuffles and sits back down in front of the cave.
I will just sit on his shoulder, just kind of holding my thermal cube in my lap, and I'll just read my book.
Okay. He does not waver from it. He just like lets you sit and watches.
Okay.
The night passes uneventfully. You
Thank
all wake
God.
up. It is later in the morning because you guys had to restart your long rest. It's probably like 11 or so. Tempard, yes.
During our 2 hours of light activity, can I work on attuning to the wand of fireballs?
Yes, that's fine.
Awesome.
Any other attunement shifts you guys want to do anything like that? 100% fine. The morning comes.
I speak the word and release the ion stone, so it's actually floating around me
Okay,
because I hadn't done that yet.
perfect. As morning comes, Hoshnog, Tumult, at some point when like morning had come, Hoshnog kind of looks at you and goes, Tumult. And he gestures to the ground like, can you watch? Like,
I got you, big guy.
he trundles off into the distance, comes back about an hour later, and he has like 3 or 4 of these massive elk. And he just like sets them down outside of the cave.
I go up and I give him a big pat.
Wow.
Small eats.
Small eat?
Yeah, you guys all wake up and you can see that there are like he goes through this process, like he like has your fire there, and he has like takes it, and it's kind of gory to watch. He doesn't like take out tools or anything, like he just starts like ripping into stuff and like gets it ready. But you can see that Tumult, he's like handing you like full like rib cage sides of these elk and is like handing them to you to like go and put on the fire, like just getting things ready.
Those are
Let's
like
do it.
100 pounds each.
Yeah, he's like, and he's,
If I have to, if something's too heavy, I'll just cast levitate on it and then move
Yeah.
it that way.
yeah, he's just getting you guys ready. You guys
Hoshnog
wake up. Yeah.
Also eat?
Small. Full.
This is more than enough, friend.
Going to be full. Yes.
1, small full. 2, Oshnog.
Kind of like points. 2 more.
No.
He brought back like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought he brought back 3.
No, he brought back 4 of these elks.
I will
He just,
point
like
to-
toss
God.
them down.
I will point to 3 and then back at Hoshnog and say Hoshnog.
He just starts grabbing the spares that you guys aren't eating and just starts slurping them down, eating along with you guys. And after he's eating their fill, he kind of looks at you and goes, Temple on Anma.
Yo.
Yes, we would love to go to your temple.
Yes, please take us.
It'd be wonderful, friend.
And he turns and looks at you. You know where to go?
No.
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 He smiles. Hoshnog. Secret. And he turns and he walks away, walks around the side of this cave to the edge of this mountain face that the cave is embedded into. He looks, turns around and looks at you guys and just has this kind of like sheepish, like very childlike grin. He goes, shh. And he takes his hands, puts them together like this, and sinks them effortlessly into the side of the mountain itself and separates them, and this massive doorway opens. And you can see that these steps of ice that are massive. They're 5 foot tall, 5 foot wide step. They are made for giantkin that lead in this just downward arcing spiral you can't see, but they're faintly illuminated. Like the wall, like behind the ice in these walls, there's some sort of light source casting and reflecting through them. He kind of gestures and follow Hoshnog. And he turns and he starts walking down this tunnel. And as he steps past the steps, they shift out. and turn into steps for medium-sized-ish creatures, forming a staircase for you guys that's just as comfortable as the one for him, and leads you down into the mountain.
Ashnag, you are brilliant.
I really hope we stop getting really close to death. These people that we've met so far have been really cool.
Well, every time we get close to death, we make really cool people. So, I mean,
all of you
I will
follow
follow.
down, and you walk for what feels like hours. It's a massive spiral, but it is a spiral staircase that leads you in this ultimate curve and starts heading you back down the mountain the way that Hashnag had come up from. You gather,
Cool.
rough estimate-wise, if you would have been traveling on the surface to try to get to the entrance and down to this depth, wherever it was leading you to, Hashnag took it to 1 day's travel from 3 or 4 by opening this tunnel for you and leading you down there. And as you get to the bottom, it opens up into this massive, beautiful entryway to this cave. There are stone pillars, 300-400 feet tall, spaced out, leading up into the top of this cave, that each one of them is covered in just this beautiful runic filigree that travels all the way down. The floor in here is made of ice, but you can see, or rather it's covered in ice, but you can see underneath there is tiling with the same etchings into it.
Smooth ice or rough ice?
Rough ice. You guys can walk on it without huge issue. I'm sorry, buddy. But you guys travel down, and it expands for well past what your eyes can see into darkness. And Hashnag kind of looks at you, and he looks scared.
Is there something we should be afraid of down here?
Kind of points to his ear and points like directly down at the ground. He goes, intrusion.
Something else live down here?
The temple won't like that we're here.
No.
something is here that's not supposed to be here.
When is it not?
Some things sneak. Thing Hashnag leave, find small friend.
And something is snuck in here while you were gone. Not protecting the temple. And you can hear them.
Hashnag hear ice. Hashnag feel ice.
You are one with the ice here.
Outside Temple of Anam.
Thank you. We will do the best we can to protect from the sneaky.
Is it nearby? Should we prepare or?
In Temple of Anam.
Wonderful. Thank you.
This foyer.
I like that he knows the word foyer still.
That's a big word. Yeah, that was very good.
He's not dumb. He just has issues with language.
Oh, I'm impressed. That was a hard
gosh.
one. I don't know if I could say foyer.
So this is the entrance to the temple.
I need a minute.
Very beginning. Ashnag, are you comfortable or even able to go into the temple, or must we leave you here?
When you ask that, he kind of pulls back and looks. Hashnag. Temple.
You must guard the temple, but cannot enter the temple.
He kind of looks at you. He goes, Hashnag can.
But this is something we gotta do ourselves.
He kind of looks at you, and he's like you can tell there's this moment of like, you'd expect that, right? Like that's what you'd think. And it's Hashnag. He kind of looks at you and goes, Hashnog can. Hashnog no want.
Hashtag scared.
Temple Anam sacred.
Yes.
Doesn't want to kill in the temple. This is home.
Hashnog no worthy.
See, it's a trial.
Hashnog weak. Hashnog fail.
Um,
And so now you protect it.
Hashnog never go Temple Anam. Hashnog never worthy. Hashnog let friend die.
And because of that, you were too weak to protect your friend and are not worthy of entering the temple, is what you are saying.
Hashnog think and feel so.
Well, Hashnog,
I understand the feeling, friend.
yes. Tepartos understands that as well, and I think we all respect that. We will not try to force you to go into your sacred place, but Hashnog, know this. Tepartos does not know what your background or what your culture dictates and does not want to tell you to feel any specific way, but just know that from the very short amount of time that we've known you and from our own personal experiences and trials and tribulations, while it is painful for a friend to die, there is no shame in doing and trying your best, as well as living the best life that you can after that. And from what it seems, you have done so and are continuing to do so. And even if you do not join us on our venture into this place, know that you are our friend regardless.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Man, I actually rolled pretty poorly. That's a 22.
Spartos, you look at him and you can tell that he's sitting and pondering what you're saying. Hashnog, no. But Hashnog go. And you see he sits and he slams his hands down into the ice on this floor. And you can feel the reverberation echo throughout this entire massive chamber. And all of you start feeling this cold sensation starting at your feet, slowly rising up. At first it hurts. It feels like it is freezing you from the outside in, like every inch of your body is slowly starting to get racked in ice. And as it washes over you, you feel your body tensing. You start to freeze. You start to feel yourself turning into ice itself. And then it washes away. All of you, whilst you are in the Temple of Anma, can lift, carry, and move objects as if you had the full strength of a frost giant.
Oh.
This does not affect your strength score
Oh, feels bad.
or your ability to hit or anything like that.
It is to solve puzzles.
Probably.
But there is a
Yay.
blessing that has been given to you that you would not ordinarily have had going into this temple.
You will be with us. Thank you for your blessing. We will return to you.
Hashnog kind of looks over all of you and looks at Tempard specifically. Hashnog looks at you, Tempard, and Ileana as well. Be safe. You small.
Yeah, no, that's fair. We
Kind of
don't
looks over at Tumult. You small.
have ish.
You not alone. Be careful, small friend. And he looks at all of you as he addresses you. Looks at you and he starts just ushering you forwards, beckons you to enter the temple.
Thank you, Hashnak. We will see you soon, yes?
Do we proceed with caution?
Seems like the
Proceed
right way
with
to go.
caution.
Perfect. You guys start moving forwards with caution. A first for this group.
I have a thing for that, but I'll wait.
Okay. You guys enter and you start finding yourselves. You walk for hundreds of feet, walking past more and more and more of these pillars. This room seems to expand with the darkness surrounding you. It seems like it expands infinitely in all directions. It is dark in here. As you're walking, the pillars on any four corners around you emit this pale blue light that lights the area around you, which in all reality in this temple lights up about a 200 square foot area because everything in here is just massive, right? But
Okay.
it provides a pathway for you guys to continue forwards. And as you're going, you come across two large double doors. On these doors, you see carved into the stonework itself and covered by a thick layer of frost, this visage, this massive figure standing around a flood of these small humanoid figures etched at the very, very bottom of this door. Hundreds of these faint humanoid figures, this creature standing the full extent of this door that rests like 100 feet tall. With everything you guys have been told, with everything that you would know, this is a visage of Anma the Allfather, the god of the giants. No face depicted, just this hulking humanoid-esque figure. And you can see that in the background of this door, there are hundreds of dragon corpses laying on the ground. As you approach, echoing through this chamber is a voice. What do you seek? And each of you, as some of you form responses, you feel like you can't speak. But you can feel something wanting an answer from each one of you. All of you must give an answer to the simple question of what do you seek? Something I've asked before in these games, but a question that's answer is ever changing. Who would like to answer first?
Companions.
Peace.
Friends.
To be a protector.
I seek Milita's hand in marriage.
Knowledge?
I seek the restoration of balance.
A place to live. For me and mine.
None of us said the eye of the Allfather.
Not a single one.
Yeah, Gary doesn't care about it.
And the door opens to all of you.
To be honest, we don't even know what it is.
Me neither.
The door opens ahead of you and you see a tunnel snaking its way through solid stone walls, all covered in this thick coating of ice. Do you proceed?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You all make your way through. The tunnel is large for you, but you gather it would be a simple walkway for most giant kin. About 40 feet wide, about 40 feet tall. You walk for some time, and all of a sudden it opens up around you into this massive entryway. Pitch black. Whatever had been lighting the way for you up until this point now gone. You think that you have found the true entrance to the Temple of Anma, in which, if Harshnag led you true, you believe you will find the Eye of the Allfather. And we will pick up with that dungeon crawl next week on the Dice That Bind Us. Thank you guys so much for joining us, for dealing with the trials and tribulations that I face as a dungeon master. My players never seem to have anything bad happen to them, no matter how hard I try.
Free nat 20s, baby.
But I will continue to do my best to TPK them at some point in the near future. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking with us with this crazy cool story. I'm going to try to keep everything on the same par of storytelling and narrative that we've had through the homebrew arc, even though I'm going back to the basics, to the book on these. I've already changed a lot. Anybody at home watching that's played Storm King's Thunder is like, what the fuck did you do to my boy Hashnag? And I'm like, I made him fun. I made him kind. He was kind either way, but I made him more
so
fun.
much.
So deal with it. As always, please do all of the usual YouTube bullshit. Smash that share button, subscribe to the like button. How does this work?
Not bullshit.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, that. Let us know what you guys think. If there's anything that you feel like we're doing wrong, if you guys have questions about any of the stuff that I've homebrewed or anything like that pops up, feel free to reach out, comment on the videos. Let us know what you think. It always helps. We can make the show to an extent. Of course, we will listen. I will adapt. I will try to make the show more entertaining for you guys. So please let us know what you're thinking, and we will see you next week on the Dice That Bind Us. Bye. Everybody.